Today you're going to mix your own values of your favorite color. So we're going to talk about the art element of value, and I'm going to teach you how to mix it using tints, tones, and shades. You'll pick whatever color you would like to use, and we're going to mix a variety of values. So for my demonstration, I picked orange, but you're going to pick whatever is your favorite color. And in your egg carton tray, that's what we're using for our paint tray, you're going to have white, black, and this is going to become gray. So it's white and black together. There's a lot of white and a little bit of black because white is kind of like yellow. If you remember when we were learning about mixing colors when you were younger, and it is kind of weak, and so it needs a lot. And black is very strong and overpowering, so we just use a little bit of it. So we're going to start by mixing tints of the color. So our color is orange. You're going to be washing your brush a lot today. So I'm going to take a lot of white and put it over here. And I'm just scraping it off my paintbrush. And can I stick this right in there? No. So I wash my paintbrush really well. And I'm going to start out really conservative, really carefully, not putting too much orange in because I can always put more in, but I can't take it back. So I'm just going to put a little tiny bit. See how much less that is compared to the white? And I'm going to mix it up. And you'll see I'll have a pretty, it's almost like a peach color. It's a really light orange, a pastel. Okay, so that would be an example of a tint. So I'll just put a tint on here of orange so you can see that. And I'm going to save that there for my painting. Okay, so I don't want to use it all up right now. I'm just mixing my colors right now. I'll of course wash my brush. And I'm going to try another tint, but this time I'm not going to put so much white. I'll have a little bit more orange compared to the last time. So let me put a bigger blob of this red or orange over here, excuse me. Scrape it off. It's like it's a spoon. And do I want to stick my orange brush into that white? No way. My neighbors are not going to be happy with me if I do that because they want to have that nice pure white. So I'm going to wash my paintbrush really well. And you'll notice I started with the whites instead of the blacks. You'll want to do this too, is because that black paint is going to make your paint water like really dirty. So start with the whites if you want to make your water last longer. I'm going to put a blob of white in there, but this is less than the last one. Stir it up. And that is pretty bright orange still, but it's not quite as bright as the original, so I'll put that next to it. And I could have any variety of whites in between there. Okay, so the tint could be from almost white to almost orange. Now I'm going to try tones. Tones are when you're adding gray. Okay, you could put a dark gray, light gray, medium gray, doesn't matter, but that's all considered a tone. So I'll mix this up really quick. I squirted them in the same spot, so it'd be easier for you to mix them. Okay, and I've got a nice gray. And I'll take a blob of that and put it over here. Scrape it off, maybe 2 blobs. Okay, and then I can decide, do I want this to be mostly gray in color, or do I want it to be more orange? Well, I'm going to wash my paintbrush before I go over to that orange again. And notice I'm not tapping my paintbrush, I'm just kind of wiping it off. I don't want to splatter. We're not going to be splatter painting at all today. Although that's fun, now is not the time because it can get other people's projects ruined. And let's mix this up for my tone of orange. So this color, I don't even know what you'd call this color, but it looks like something I would maybe use if I was painting something outside. It's kind of an earthy color. Here's a tone. Okay, I used a lot of gray in that one. I'm going to wash my paintbrush really quick. And this time I'm going to do a tone where I don't use so much gray, so we can kind of see the difference. So I'm just going to put a little tiny drop of that gray right there. Wash my paintbrush really good. My paint water is starting to get dirtier now. And this time I'm gonna maybe take a big blob of orange and see the difference. So here's a different tone. You can tell this one's way more orange than the last one, but it's more muted kind of than when we were doing the tints. You see the difference there? Okay, wash my brush. So I'm gonna save that because I'll probably wanna use it on my painting today. And now I'm gonna do the shades. So shade is when I'm adding black. Okay, so black is very strong, and when I'm working with a lighter color like orange, I know that I'm gonna need a lot of orange and just a little bit of black. So I'm gonna use a lot of orange over here. Scrape as much as I can off my brush. Wash my paintbrush. And I'm gonna just take the teeniest bit of black and see what happens. See, I barely even have any on my paintbrush. And look at that, it's already changing it. So it's way stronger than when I painted with the, or when I mixed with the white. So here's a shade of orange. You can see the differences there. And now let's make one that's almost black. We'll make it such a dark shade that you'll barely even be able to see any orange in there. So I'm putting some blacks over here, blobs. And orange is really, it's almost like yellow. It's gonna be hard to see much of what's happening here, so we'll see the difference. I'll take a blob of it. And I don't know if you can see it on the camera. I can see that this one is a little bit lighter than this one. I don't know if you can see that as well. But I'm gonna try painting with that. So I have a variety of colors already. Right now I have 6 colors, plus I have the black and white and gray and the original orange. So I've got 9 different colors already that I can be mixing with, but you could also make more than what I have on here. So the first thing you're gonna do with your table mates is mix up a variety of values, tints, tones, and shades of your chosen color, and that's the paints you're gonna paint with today.